Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Mac.
I'm Sean. Today we'll be talking about some of the health struggles that we've been going through. Oftentimes, me and Mac have always have one of us who are, doing something that we shouldn't be doing. One of us not on diet, or we broke like a workout streak, and so we had this conversation about it. And I think that it's a very real thing that a lot of people go through. So we want to talk about it today.
Yeah, so in this video, we'll be asking each other a series of questions, and pretty much we just want to give the audience our, I guess, perspectives on these challenges that we're going through so far, and just really our real answers and what's been going on in our lives. So let's begin. So, what are some of the challenges you're facing so far in terms of health and fitness, and how do you plan to overcome them?
Yeah, for me currently, I've been working out for a few years now, and so I feel like I've come to this point of understanding, what's holding me back and what continues to hold me back. And something that's a big thing for me is understanding that I'm limited by my nutrition. And for me, I'm a hard gainer, so I've always had like a slim build. My problem is putting in enough food and having enough calories in my system. I've learned a lot in the last about like 1 to 2 years about nutrition. I feel like everything before then I was kind of like on beginner gains. I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants and just thinking, the harder I work out, the more muscle I gain. But I've kind of almost plateaued, and so I've had to start focusing on my nutrition and calories in order to take me to the next step. And that's something that has been pretty challenging because my natural state, I don't really actually want to be eating. I wish I could just go the whole day without eating because it's kind of annoying to me. I'm just not somebody who's like really big on food. Like I like going out and I like eating, but to eat this kind of volume of food, it's tough. So that's the biggest challenge I'm having to deal with right now. For me, something that I've had to slowly learn to overcome in doing this is counting calories and meal prepping and learning how to enhance my cooking skills. And that's something that I've found extremely challenging. And so in order for me to not get overwhelmed by this entire process, I've kind of broken it up into chunks. So instead of me going gung-ho and just starting to count calories out the gate, I just started to learn how, or even meal prepping these huge meals, I actually started to learn how to cook a little bit and like learned a little bit about seasoning, and I made sure that is something within my comfort zone when it wasn't. And then I started to, do a little bit of meal prepping and making that part of my comfort zone. And then I started to casually count calories and kind of make that more of my comfort zone. The consistency is what is key behind that, but that's how I'm overcoming it. I'm just focusing on doing these small little things like, avoiding being overwhelmed by like counting every calorie that goes into my system, but just casually counting. If I'm eating lunch out at the office, I'll just, this looks like 600 calories, so I'll put 600 down, that kind of thing. So I know there's a lot of people who struggle with it. I'm in the middle of it right now. Like I've broken my diet for the last few days. I've only hit my calorie count one of the days in the last probably 6 days. And so I'm feeling kind of down about it, but I just need to get back on the horse and just get back on track.
That's a very good answer. I like how you brought in the element of kind of just introducing little stages into your health routine where you would learn how to cook first, and then from there you, I guess, developed a good habit into meal prepping, and then from there you slowly increased your calories. So I find that's a very effective way. When you break a big task into smaller chunks, it's a lot easier to, I guess, stay on track and kind of keep consistent.
So Mac and I actually, because we're both pretty big into fitness and health, we share a lot of pictures of what we're eating and our diets and when we work out. Sometimes we work out together. And so we're always in conversation about eating and what our diets look like and our fitness. And so Mac is really good at staying consistent with his eating habits. So I wanted to ask him to share with all of you guys today how he manages to stay consistent with his eating habits.
You're right. So I hear this question a lot, and I think it just kind of really circles back to like I just started bodybuilding and working out like when I was 18. So I'm not like I guess a beginner when it comes to this health and fitness game. I've been doing it for a long time. So when I was younger, I have developed really good habits of staying consistent, staying on track, learning how to have a strict diet and just kind of maintaining that for X amount of times. But over the years, I found as I got a little bit older, work got in the way. I got a little more stressed out just from life in general. I got more complacent when it came to my workouts and my diet. And just after a few years of doing that, I found I just kind of really fell off the horse, and it was just really hard for me to get motivated and just keep that good diet. So um, I guess understanding all that, I know that there's really only one way to do it, and it's not easy, but just to really, I guess, suck it up and just try to get back on track and tell myself I have to go back to the gym and not just start working out again, but really eating healthy. So one thing I've come to understand now is to not beat myself up when I have one or two bad days of just cheat food, or say if I go out to eat with my friends or all you can eat sushi, or for, like a few drinks with, with like some friends on a Friday night. I need to learn that it's okay to have one or two bad days of diet out of my whole week of eating, because when I kind of look at it from a bigger picture and see how has my week of diet been, I feel like that's a better gauge of kind of what I'm putting into my body compared to looking at it at 1 week at a time. So that's something that has really helped me stay on track. Another tool I like to utilize is just kind of simply looking at like what fitness means to me. And when I was younger, I used to always think like it was the end all be all to just like have that beach body look, the washboard abs, and just be buff and really good looking and in shape. But over time, I found that like that's very unsustainable, and it's just not like a practical way of living. So now, as I'm approaching my late 20s and early 30s, I've come to realize that just having a more holistic health in terms of like maintaining your stress levels, making sure they're low, and just kind of making sure your body is able to be mobile and it doesn't ache and your back doesn't hurt. I feel like that is a lot more important than just simply looking good. So I guess to sum that up, I see fitness more as a lifestyle or a journey compared to like a destination, whereas before I was just trying to look good for like the beach. And then lastly as well, I think just kind of just being real with yourself and knowing that these type of results that you're trying to get, whether it be losing weight or trying to pack on muscle, they take a lot of time. And I'm not just talking about a week or a month or 2 months. Like I'm talking about half a year to a year, sometimes even longer. And it's just about being realistic with that, and just kind of having a realistic goal in mind really helps me stay on track more.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. It resonates to me especially when you say like, when you're younger, like all you want to do is just be the biggest guy in the gym, like push the most weight. And like I think as you get older and you kind of like mature in your fitness and your health goals, you understand that it's not really just about looking good. It's actually staying healthy and like being agile, being able to do things that you like. I really like what you said also about, if you have one or two bad days of diet in your week, it doesn't mean to just let that snowball and like you're like, oh well, I screwed up my diet for 1 or 2 days, I'm just gonna continue to binge eat, or for me not to eat at all. And that's something that I struggle with, and I think a lot of people do. Is they might have like a slip up for 1 or 2 days and just let the whole thing hit the fan. So I appreciate how you do it. I think you do a really good job of it, and I think we can all learn a little bit from your consistency.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. It's not easy, but I know staying consistent, having good friends to kind of motivate you really goes a long ways. So Sean, I know me and you have been really good friends for a long time, and I know that you've been in the gym game for quite some time now, and you've made a lot of progress in terms of fitness and kind of putting on that muscle and size. So I was just wondering, like, how has this affected your confidence levels? And just kind of looking back from where you started and where you are today, what would you say is like your biggest takeaway from all of this?
Yeah, it's a good question. To talk a little bit about like where I came from, like I've always been that super skinny guy, like always looking malnourished. Like I would never wear a t-shirt like throughout high school. Nobody seen me in a t-shirt, like unless it was gym class, like I used to wear like a pair of shorts under my pants just so I'd look like I carried a little extra weight. And so I've always been very self-conscious about my weight. But I didn't really take the whole working out thing like too seriously until probably like 5 years ago. So when I first started out, just to tell you a little bit where I was weighing about like 119 pounds approximately. And like now I'm about 155 comfortably. So I'm pretty happy with where I am. And I think to answer your question of like what the biggest takeaway is, my confidence has definitely increased. And like I really like the way my body looks currently. And there's obviously room for improvement at all times. But I really think the biggest takeaway for my fitness and like my workout journey has actually been my self-image, but not because of the weight that I've put on and that I look a little bit bigger and I feel comfortable in t-shirts. It's actually more that I was able to follow through on something. I think like when I was younger, I wasn't really able to, I shouldn't say I wasn't able to, I just never stayed consistent and followed through on something in the long term, whether that be schooling or, you know, like sports or whatever. I've always been, when I was younger, a quitter, and it's crappy to say that, but that's just how I was. And working out was the first thing that I applied myself to, that I was able to follow through on in the long term. And I was able to really find that belief in myself. And I think the biggest takeaway in this is that actually I was able to grow my self-image because I was able to continue to do something over and over and stay consistent to a goal that I'd set for myself. And that carried over to my career and my current job and my past jobs and my friends and my past relationships. Like, that healthy self-image has allowed me to accomplish way more than just me increasing my weight by like 25 pounds or 30 pounds or whatever. Like, yeah, I look a little bit better, but who I am and how I feel as a person is infinitely more valuable than the few pounds I put on at the gym. I think that is the ultimate serendipity about the real value from me going to the gym, and the confidence boost is that I believe in myself more.
Wow, like that just really like speaks volumes to me, man. Like how you were like able to share with myself and the audience like your body image issues that you were going through in your early teens. And you know, like at that time we were young, we were vulnerable, we were very emotional, and just to kind of like share that experience, it says a lot about your character and kind of how far you've come and how comfortable you are in your own skin now. So I really appreciate that. Another note I like as well is how you kind of tied in the whole like working out aspect, not just to kind of make yourself healthier and look good, but how that can tie into your overall lifestyle as an adult, and how that has motivated you not just to stay on track with your health and fitness, but to stay on track in terms of your career and your relationships with your friends and family, and just how that has kind of just inspired you to be like the best version you can be, and just kind of really take care of your surroundings and, you know, live life to its fullest. So yeah, man, that was awesome.
So something that I wanted to ask you, Mac, is I feel like a lot of people have this, I guess, continual struggle between motivation and discipline. So how do you find the discipline to continue on with your fitness goals when you sometimes lack the motivation on some of those hard days?
Okay, yeah, for sure. So first and foremost, I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to be honest with the YouTube community. If you see me in person, you might view me as this guy that's just hype, full of energy, and always positive. But like, I'll be honest with you, I'm a human being, and at the end of the day, there are many moments where I feel defeated or insecure or just unmotivated, and I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure what it really stems from, but it's just me kind of being honest with everyone. And I just want to tell you that I'm going through my own struggles. I know for me, before I started this fitness journey, I was a bit of, I guess, a chubbier kid. I was a little bit on the heavier side, and that really had a big negative impact on my self-image, and just I didn't have a lot of confidence as a kid. So just kind of having that carry over like a little bit into my adult years from all the yo-yo dieting, and like one year I would be looking really good, I'm at a good weight, and then the year after that I would put on 20 or 30 pounds and then not look so good and then be depressed, and it's like this vicious cycle back and forth for the last 3, 4, 5 years. That really started to take a toll on me. But it really wasn't until I would say last Christmas, and it was still during the peak of our lockdown here in Canada. It really gave me a lot of time to think and just through all that time of self-reflection, I know I needed to change myself because uh, I'm not a kid anymore. My body functions a bit differently, and I really have to understand to start appreciating it more and treating it like a temple, or else these bad habits are going to continue through and just really paralyze my success as I get older. So there's really nothing I can tell you. There's no magic rule or some quick secret that I'm going to reveal today, but really it just boils down to that simple hard work. Like just when you've had enough bad days and you kind of wake up and you look at yourself in the mirror and you're just unmotivated and you just want that change in life, whether it be to have a healthier body or go back to school or get a new job or a new relationship or get out of a relationship, whatever it may be. Like just when you look at yourself in the mirror, you have to say one thing, and it is to just take action. Not tomorrow, not the day after that, but right now. And it's a bit of a cliche, but that's seriously what I'm just trying to say. Like, I just took action, and I know that at the end of the day, no one else is going to hold my hand in life. I'm an adult, I have to do it myself, and that's the only way I'm going to do it. And just kind of circling back to what Sean said at the beginning, what really helped me was breaking down this big task of trying to get my life reorganized into smaller chunks and smaller steps. So when I achieved one step and I became comfortable with that and I mastered that, I knew I was able to accept more on my plate after that and just kind of just continue on that cycle of I guess development. And also another big thing that I noticed as well is just like really valuing my support group and my surroundings, all my loved ones, all my friends, my family, everyone that was there to support me and that has been a part of my life since day one. I really need to acknowledge that and understand that I'm able to lean on them for support. If I'm having a bad day and I need to cry on their shoulder, I should really I guess confide in them and just like let them know that I'm having a bad day. And just by kind of talking to them, being honest with myself and being honest with my support group really allows me to kind of get things off my head and just like clear my state of mind so I'm able to focus on my goals more. And currently right now my goals are really related into health and fitness, but also in a lot of aspects they're related to personal development as well. I'm almost done my engineering degree and I'm in the process of trying to find a full-time job as EIT when I graduate. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to as well. And I know that all these things that I'm talking about aren't easy, but it just starts with looking at myself in the mirror and saying I need to take action today. And also recognizing that I have an amazing support group around me and really calling on that for help. So yeah, I think that's pretty much my not so quick step to success.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that what you say when like, you know, looking at the overall picture and breaking it down, that's huge because, you know, you got to remember why you're doing what you're doing. And I think like trying to like, you know, like you're saying, like trying white knuckling it and just trying to yo-yo your diets, like that's something that we can all really relate to, that we've all been there and done that. And I think something that you really pointed out that's really good is that you need to focus on your support system. I know everyone's support systems look different, and I hope, you know, everyone out there has somebody you can rely on. If not, you're always more than welcome to let us know and we can help you out. But that's something that's helped me a lot, not only in health and fitness, but just life problems and family problems, is being able to communicate with people who are genuinely there for you.
Alrighty, so I think that pretty much concludes our little video chit chat today. But I guess before we sign off, we just want to ask the audience, hey, like if you have any questions or comments about your current challenges so far, what motivates you in life, you know, what doesn't motivate you, you want to just say whatever, leave that in the comment below and we'll be sure to get back to you guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time.